Welcome to Something Witchy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch rewatch podcast. I'm Laura Cotter.
And I'm Skye Orchard.
I have an update on the DVD saga.
Let's hear it.
It's not my DVD player that's broken, it's the DVD.
Oh no, all of them or just this specific one?
No, I think it's all of them. So my dad apparently has 3 DVD players in their house for some reason. And the same thing would happen to all of them where it would play a little bit. But then if you try to skip to the next episode, it would just stop and be stuck on red and trying to read the disc. And so I guess more recent DVDs, somehow they're made differently. So they were denser than old DVDs. And so because I have an old DVD VHS combo, I don't think it could recognize it or understand how to play it. He ordered a new DVD player for $29 to test it out and see if that works. I told him to fish out our old PS2 and see if it would play on that.
This is a perfect excuse to get a gaming system.
Yeah, he said that somebody else had a PS4 and they played fine on the PS4 based on the reviews, but I'm not buying a PS4 for my Sabrina. I mean, could I count it as a business expense? Can I add it to the tracker?
Once we are a business, sure.
The tax write-off. You write it off.
Okay, David.
So still working on Pluto. I did see somebody said you can watch on Amazon. You can only watch them on Amazon Prime if you have Paramount Plus. And I'm trying not to add more streaming subscription services at this point, but I may break down at some point and just do it.
I think I'm maxed out on my password sharing for Paramount Plus, but I can check.
So anyway, so that's the DVD saga. One day I'll be able to watch this show, maybe without commercials. Maybe not. We shall see. Question for this episode. It's a little bit different because it's actually about last episode. When I posted about last week's episode, the Dante's Inferno, people had a lot of feelings about it. And we didn't get into this discussion, so I kind of wanted us to have this discussion. Were the aunts right or wrong for trying to make Sabrina date other people? I can give my opinion on it. So, because a lot of people were like, that was so wrong of them, especially Harvey's such a nice guy. Why would they do that? Why would you meddle in her life like that? I want to offer a slightly different perspective on that. So I dated my high school boyfriend for almost 6 years or over 6 years. It was 16 to around 22. And that was about 5 years and 11 months than it should have gone on. But my parents were very much let her date. It's fine. We're not going to interfere. We're not going to tell her that she needs to date other people. We're going to let her do this on her own. And while I probably would not have responded well had they mandated that I date other people, I definitely kind of wish they would have encouraged it. I did date a couple other people in high school, but by the time that relationship ended in my early 20s and ended pretty badly, I didn't date again for 5 or 6 years. And at that point, when I started trying to date again, I realized that I didn't know how to date because I didn't spend my teenage and early adult years doing that. It's actually been kind of rough to figure that out. So that's just my other side of the opinion. I don't know if they were entirely correct in the way they went about it, because again, there was nothing pointing to Harvey being terrible. There was really not a lot pointing to my boyfriend being terrible that I told people or let them know about. It seemed like we had a fantastic relationship too. But yeah, it's just, I don't entirely disagree with them encouraging her to just get to know other people as well.
According to a tattoo I'm supposed to get on my arm if we get 1 million subscribers or streams, I don't remember what it was, Harvey's gonna turn out to be a jerk at some point. Season 4, I think. I don't know.
The end of season 4, yeah.
Maybe Sabrina should date around a little bit. I don't know where I stand on it. I do sort of resonate with your point of you sort of had to relearn how to date or whatnot there. I didn't date in high school, and so sometimes it does feel like, oh, I missed those learning curves of letting it be messy and it's not important. And it's not to say that, your high school relationships aren't important, but it's more trivial and you can make mistakes easier and recover from mistakes a lot easier.
Yes.
And figure out who you are by dating several people than later in life.
And it's always an option to go back to that first person. If that's who your person is, that's great. But as somebody who was raised by these sitcoms, by Boy Meets World, Family Matters had a little bit of it with the Laura and Steve eventually ending up, this idea of the person you start dating in high school is the person you're going to be with forever. That is what I grew up thinking, that's ideal. That's what you want. that happening is such a unlikelihood. It's such a rare occurrence that actually works out. Like I knew that logically, but I was still a teenager who was like, but this is the goal. And if I can get here and I can make this work, then that's amazing. And then I'm perfect. And then my life is just like these TV story lives. I do appreciate when we see Sabrina dating other people because Harvey is wonderful. Like I talk all the time about how much I love Harvey and how much I think he's the greatest thing. But you don't know if there's maybe like something that works for you a little bit better if you don't have that chance to figure out who you are in your teenage and young adult years. If we get hate mail for this, I'm sorry. But I didn't realize it was going to be such a big talking point. I figured we needed to have it now. Do you want a fun question now?
Sure.
If you were going to be turned into a toy in the toy box, what toy would you be turned into?
Oh, gosh. I would like to be a slinky.
All right. Explain.
There's this great phenomenon. I don't know where my slinky is. Normally it's behind me.
We can't do more visual stuff. The people can't see.
Touche. Well, the vibration of a slinky, they use that to make the sound effect of the lasers for battles in space for Star Wars.
Oh, really?
So when you hold it up to your ear and you let it drop, you'll hear those vibrations come back up to your ear, listening to a little space battle. And there's some other fun vibration stuff you can do with slinkies. And just, sometimes I do feel like my life is just plopping down a staircase. And so
question is like, do you just want to be like a plain slinky or do you want to be like a slinky dog from Toy Story Slinky? Do you want to be like a rainbow heart-shaped slinky?
Nope, just your average silver basic bitch slinky.
Love it. A+. That's a good answer. As I was thinking about this, I had kind of two answers. This is what I'm going to go with. Now that there is a 90s American Girl doll, that would be me. I would be turned into the 1990s American Girl doll, complete with her inflatable chair set and her Blockbuster VHS rental sleepover set. Like, that would be me. Because that was me in the 90s.
Does she have a see-through telephone as well?
Oh, I don't think she does.
Missed opportunity. American Girl.
Yep, 100%. Let's get into the episode then. This is season 2, episode 5, A Doll's Story. Our TV guide description. Sabrina decides to babysit her bratty cousin Amanda, who becomes bored and transforms Sabrina into a doll. Sabrina meets 3 other human-turned dolls in Amanda's toy box, and they plan to escape. Meanwhile, Hilda and Zelda try to spend time separately at a spa in the other realm. Not bad. It tells the story. The Paramount Plus description, which is the same as the Pluto one because I checked, is babysitting becomes a test of ingenuity when Sabrina's bratty little cousin turns her into a doll.
A little more catchy.
I guess if you want to know exactly what you're getting yourself into, you go with the TV guide description. If you just want no surprises. This originally aired October 17th, 1997, directed by Brian K. Roberts, who also directed A Girl and Her Cat episode. Writers Carrie Honningbloom and Renee Phillips are back. They were the writers for First Kiss and Sabrina Gets Her License Part Dos. We have a few guest stars. Paul Dooley is Ralphie. He's from Hairspray, Popeye, 16 Candles. He is the voice of Sarge from the Cars franchise. And then Curb Your Enthusiasm and Grace Under Fire. Donna DeErico is back. She was Nurse Nancy in the soap opera episode. She is Carol this time. Paul Sand is Dr. Rafkin. And then 2 shorts. One called Queer Eye for the Homeless Guy, and another one called Jehovah's Badass, where he played Jehovah.
Okay.
Don't know what you want to do with that information, but there you go. Emily Hart is back as Amanda, much to Skye's disappointment.
Boo.
Michael Erpino is the bartender from Easy to Assemble, Married with Children. Tim Herzog is Orion.
The spa attendant.
He is from a bunch of soap operas, so General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful, and was also in another witchy show, Charmed. Luck Hari is the stewardess. She was in ER, Nip Tuck, and the Bernie Mac Show. She's mostly known for playing a waitress at the coffee shop in Frasier. And lastly, we have Darlene Cardin as Madame Dermis. She was from Golden Girls, Scrubs, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place, and she passed away on November 13th, 2019. Her last 30 acting credits were all for Old Woman.
Pays the bills.
What are your overall thoughts on this episode, Skye?
Loved Salem. I like this episode for Salem. I could leave the rest, to be honest. I mean, some of the Zelda and Hilda stuff was funny too, but I don't know. There were just some great Salem moments.
How did you feel about the returning of the Quizmaster and the quizzing?
Pleasantly surprised because I thought we would never see him again, like most plot lines in this show.
It is back. It took us 2 episodes of no mention of this to get back into it.
I do think it was a good scenario that they chose to pop him back in, however, so there's that at least.
Yeah. I was surprised by some of the stuff the bear character said, and I was like, oh, they let this one go. Okay. Yeah, the Hilda and Zelda one is funny as a sister who's definitely had that moment where I'm like, we've been around each other too much, but you also like are still around each other. I enjoy it. Is it my favorite one? No, but it's not one that I groan when I watch it. We start with our cold open, where Hilda is slurping cereal milk while Zelda tries to work, until Zelda explodes at her. Hilda then yells at Zelda for typing too loudly. Hilda retaliates with nail filing, then Zelda starts a car alarm. Hilda summons a balloon and squeaks it. Zelda summons a blackboard and grabs Salem to run his nails down it, but Sabrina stops everyone, asking for peace and quiet. Everyone agrees until Sabrina starts slurping through a straw. And I don't know who uses a straw to drink their morning juice.
A child.
I did love Hilda's robe in this scene, though. Like, if I could find that robe, I would wear it. Our outfit intro is a peanut, and Sabrina says, I'm such a nut.
They missed a really good sponsorship opportunity right there. Throwing on a top hat and a monocle. Done a Mr. Peanut tribute. Which I learned that character was created by a 14-year-old as part of a competition.
I was really ready for you to tell me about how it was racist somehow. That's what I was expecting.
Nope.
Like, everything has such a terrible history to it. I was ready for the terrible history of Mr. Peanut. That's just where I'm at now. I just assume everything is bad.
I didn't deep dive, so it could be lurking, but let's just go with Mr. Peanut is safe.
Mr. Peanut's wholesome. How much do you think they paid that kid? Do you think it was like part of a contest and it was like, hey, here's your $5. This now belongs to us. And then he never made money off of it again? Maybe that's the dark history of Mr. Peanut.
Antonio Gentile, 13-year-old schoolboy. Apology. Oh, you were right. Gentile, a resident of Suffolk, Virginia, won $5 for his winning design. But in 1916...
We're going to see what the money is today.
I'm not even going to guess. I'm just going to let you say.
You don't want to guess?
$15.
$146.70.
See, this is why I don't play your game anymore.
It's 150-ish.
That'd be solid for a 13-year-old to win today.
But knowing the money they've made off of that peanut logo, do you feel like that's a fair trade?
Might as well be.
You don't care about this peanut as much as I do. Justice for Antonio. Get him his peanut money. Scene 1. Zelda and Hilda need some time apart after 5 centuries of living together. They haven't bickered this much since they were on opposite sides of the Civil War. Which sister was pro-slavery? I have my opinion.
I think it was Hilda.
Same.
Okay.
I don't think she was necessarily pro-slavery, but I definitely think, given how easily swayed she was by Salem to join his world domination plans, I'm pretty sure that girl got bamboozled into fighting for the Confederacy.
I was just thinking more of she probably got a kick out of the Southern Belle lifestyle for a bit.
Okay, I could see that. Do you think she was actually like pro-slavery, or was she just pro-floofy dress?
I think she was pro-floofy dress and potentially, like you said, persuadable enough to fall for that as well.
Well, Hilda, your backstory just keeps getting darker. If we ever have Caroline Ray on, we will ask her these questions. We'll ask her if she thinks it's Hilda or Zelda that fought for the Confederacy. And then she can blame Beth Broderick.
Okay.
So Hilda and Zelda are going to the same spa, but have separate rooms and won't even see each other.
2 for 1 special.
As they're leaving, the phone rings. It's Cousin Marigold.
And I'm surprised the phone is the method of communication, given we haven't had another realm chat via phone yet. It's always been random kitchen implements or other household items. So I just found that interesting. And yes, they end up magicking the phone and it's floating around, but just seemed like a change from our other methods of communication we've seen in the witch world.
Do we think Marigold has like a mortal earth style landline in her house? Or do we think she just like magicked her voice into the phone?
It's a great question. And how much interaction with mortals does Marigold have?
I'm going with not a lot. So Marigold's on the phone. Nobody wants to talk to her. She's looking for a babysitter for Amanda, but the aunts are going away. Marigold asks about Sabrina, but Zelda declines on Sabrina's behalf. Sabrina protests when she finds out that she would get $100. She's not worried, even though Amanda is a full witch and Sabrina is half mortal. Sabrina accepts, and suddenly Amanda zaps the smile on her face all the way from the other realm, which does play into this idea of full witch children don't have to go through the license process, because if Amanda is this powerful at the age of what do we think she is, 10?
Yeah, so witch children just have their powers from the get-go, I guess.
These half-mortal kids just keep getting screwed over. As the aunts are leaving, Amanda is dropped off from the other realm. She brought her toy box with her. Amanda immediately spots a gift from Harvey that she wants to play with, and her and Sabrina get into a magical tug-of-war, causing the box to fall to the ground and break. And apparently, that was one of Harvey's priceless family heirlooms. Are you giving priceless family heirlooms to your 17-year-old girlfriend?
Surprised he has a priceless family heirloom that he was entrusted with.
And apparently he did not do a good job of keeping it safe. Amanda turns her attention to Salem, turning him into a panther. Sabrina makes her turn him back, and Salem sobs that he wanted to eat her.
He had his chance to eat Sabrina already, and he chose not to. But I'm all here for Panther Salem eating Amanda. I do like that they didn't revert back to the puppet to say he wanted to eat them, and instead it was a real cat licking its lips post being a panther. It was very cute.
Zelda and Hilda arrive at the spa and find out they only have one room, like in every classic romance novel setup.
It was assumed by Josephine Spellman that they were married. This isn't necessarily commentary, just observation that this is the second reference we've had towards, this joke with in season 1, we're not one of those alternative couples.
The person who checks them in tries to compensate by telling them that their room is near the ice machine. Also, when they first get there, he offers them seaweed juice that tastes like soy milk. Would you rather drink seaweed juice or soy milk?
Do they taste like the opposite or just in general?
I have no idea what either one tastes like. Which one would you be more willing to try?
If the seaweed juice tastes like soy milk and does not taste like seaweed, I would be willing to drink the seaweed juice for those extra green vitamins.
I really hate milk, so I'd probably prefer seaweed juice. Milk is so gross to me.
Even your nut-based milks?
If they smell anything like milky, I'm out.
Interesting.
Sabrina is having a rough time babysitting Amanda, to no one's surprise. They've been playing for hours, but Sabrina needs a break. Amanda refuses and zaps herself into the TV. Salem says they're not going to play La Cage aux Kitty, and I think that's a reference to La Cage aux Folles, which is it's a play that became a musical that became The Birdcage.
Correct.
And I don't know, how do you play The Birdcage with Salem? What is that game?
Put him in a cage.
Maybe we're dressing him up as a nod to the drag references.
I think Amanda's very literal, and it's a large...
It's an actual cage.
A large cage, because bigger is better.
Unfortunately, Valerie shows up at the house and invites Sabrina to a party she just found out about. Sabrina invites Valerie in for some reason, even though she knows she has her psychopathic cousin there, and Amanda is very excited to have someone new to play with. Zelda and Hilda get to their room and already start bickering when Hilda gets something from the minibar. They sit down to start choosing their spa services, and every time Zelda selects something, Hilda chooses the same thing. Each time something is booked or canceled, a voiceover announces it. They fight some more, and the voice can see why they need some time apart. They both sign up for an essential honey dip, much to Zelda's annoyance. Amanda continues to win at every game they play.
And Valerie says she always has the right cards. It's like she's magic. And then when Sabrina stands up, Amanda's straight out like, hey, I'm from the fourth moon on the other realm or whatnot. Just not caring that this is immortal.
Harvey has also decided to drop by and invites Sabrina to the party. Amanda wants to go to the party too and blows steam out of her ears when Sabrina says no. And neither Valerie nor Harvey notice the smoke, but Harvey can smell burning. And as they're leaving, Valerie asks Harvey to call her Cookie at the party. What's that about, Valerie?
Makes her sound hip and popular.
Sabrina finally shoos Harvey and Valerie out and tells Amanda to play with a doll while she cleans up. So Amanda turns Sabrina into a doll. Amanda's having a tea party with doll Sabrina and Salem dressed in a nightgown and cap.
I was so excited. Finally see Salem in pantaloons, which is like one of the first images you get when you Google image search of Salem. So it happened. We got there. I'm wearing pantaloons.
I'm so happy for you for this moment. Amanda puts Sabrina in her toy box where she meets a bear that used to be an ice cream man, and he asks Sabrina if she has a cigarette. And we meet a Barbie that used to be her hairdresser and an action figure that used to be her dentist. They tell her they're never getting out of there.
And the action figure's power is he gets to sleep 18 hours a day, which is the dream.
Did you notice he looked like a taller knockoff version of Martin Short?
Sort of like a poor man's Martin Short.
Yeah, but like taller.
Martin Tall.
Yes, he was Martin Tall. Yes. Oh, I love that. That needs to be the title of the episode, is Martin Tall. Zelda and Hilda are relaxing at the pool where they are informed that Madame Epidermis has had a cancellation, but only one. It's a once-in-a-lifetime appointment. They both call dibs, but Zelda stops. If one of them takes it, the other will always be resentful. Hilda reluctantly agrees.
I love that she's named Madame Epidermis. So great.
You know the Doctor Who episode of the lady who's just...
Moisturize me?
Yes, that's what I assume she would look like, is the skin lady. Sabrina is still trying to find a way out of the toy box. She suddenly gets an idea and yells for Amanda. Amanda is annoyed at being interrupted during Giddy Up with Salem. Poor Salem. Sabrina says she has to go to the bathroom, but Amanda doesn't buy it. Amanda is playing with Salem on a teeter-totter and sends him flying. The other toys are telling Sabrina about the times they got out of the box, but were still only 10 inches tall. Suddenly, the phone pipes up and says she was Amanda's next-door neighbor. Sabrina uses it to try and call her aunts, but the Quizmaster shows up. It's the perfect opportunity to test her on her witch ingenuity. Sabrina attacks the Quizmaster. That was actually really funny. Like, her arms and legs were still straight and like she's on his back. Her test is to get everyone out of the box by herself. Then he zaps himself away. Sabrina sits on the bed to think, but rolls back and she's suddenly blind. The Barbie helps her up. Sabrina isn't used to her doll eyes yet.
During the scene, Salem has some great lines of, just poison me and just get me out. I think he says just kill me at 1.2 or something like that. It gets dark for poor Salem. And this is where I started questioning, like, whether these people were mortals or if they were witches, based on if they're full witches like Amanda. This child is scary strong to trap them like this.
So we had this in the first episode with Amanda where she like zapped her therapist into a jar and her teacher or something. Like, I think she just catches adults off guard and they don't have a chance to defend themselves because I don't think they expect that from a child like Amanda. Or we've also kind of established that there's varying degrees of strength in the power in different people. So it could be that Amanda is just a ridiculously strong little witch.
You don't have much power. You have to be an ice cream man or a dentist.
I'm not going to lie. If I could not worry about money, being an ice cream man would actually not be the worst thing. But yeah, so I don't know. There's either varying levels of strength in people's powers, or Amanda's just, I would assume she's very manipulative and very good at catching people off guard. I don't think that's a stretch.
That's a valid assumption.
Hilda and Zelda are in their room and they're actually getting along. They're no longer annoying each other. Hilda goes for a walk while Zelda takes a nap. Sabrina has a plan, but she needs the other toys' help. She tries to rally them, but they're not super eager. And one of the things she says is, "Cry freedom." And that is a 1987 epic biographical drama film directed and produced by Richard Attenborough, set in late 1970s apartheid era South Africa. And it sounds like a pretty depressing film.
Depressing, but also I'm intrigued.
I was like, that's such a weird thing to say, cry freedom. And so I looked it up and it's actually a film. Eventually, they all agree to help, and we start a montage of building something set to a cover of The Impression That I Get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Amanda is looking for Salem to play Cat Hospital and enlarges a Q-tip to clean his ears, which we've already established. We do not promote that on this podcast. If you do it, that's your own business. We're not telling you to do it. But she can't find him, so she starts knocking things off Sabrina's desk with it instead.
Brief cauldron glimpse at the other side of the desk. Still has pens. Still disappointing.
Did you see where Salem was hiding when she's looking for him?
No, I missed that.
She opens up the closet and he's like in like a bag or one of those little like nets that you stick stuff in on the back of the closet, and it just like swings shut, and then she just like closes it again.
Amazing. I'll have to go back and watch that. My Chromecast remote ended up in the washing machine, so it was a lot harder to pause using my phone as a remote.
We're doing great with the technology on this podcast.
We are.
Maybe next week we don't even watch it. We just make up what we think it is. I'll tell it from memory.
Ooh. That'd be a good short, a holiday short of.
Ooh, Laura has to tell an episode from memory, and then we see how wrong I am.
Or a fill-in the adventure Sabrina with like the nouns and adjectives and whatnot.
Oh, a Mad Libs?
Yeah, Mad Libs.
Amanda hears yelling from the toy box and opens it to find the toys, except for Sabrina, yelling for attention. But she spots a new toy. It's a Jack-in-the-Box. It's too small, so she enlarges it. And when she does that, the mirror and the Victorian child pictures from the Through the Looking Glass episode are gone. There's now like a different framed picture on the wall.
Oh, good. Those were creepy.
Yep. She starts winding it, and Sabrina pops out, which apparently Amanda has yet to study the Trojan War, because otherwise she wouldn't have fallen for this. Sabrina zaps Amanda's fingers into a finger trap. The Quizmaster appears and tells her she passed, and he offers a sticker that she declines, and it's a frowny face sticker. So was he going to give her the sticker if she failed?
I love the sticker motivation. I would take that sticker.
I give stickers to my piano kids when they pass off their songs, and I have one who is, I think she's like 13, and she gets super excited when she gets a sticker.
Oh gosh, watch out for that student. You should watch one of the most recent episodes of Poker Face. It's creepy because it's a child motivated by stickers and accomplishments, and she murders because of it.
Oh no.
It's a good episode though. You should watch it.
So the other toys start celebrating. They're going home. We see Madame Epidermis wringing someone's face and hanging it up when Hilda walks in. She wants to make an appointment, and the next opening is Tuesday, April 2nd in 2047, which is 22 years and 9 months away from today-ish. Hilda takes it, but mentions that she heard that there was an appointment today. She then spots the client's shoes and recognizes them as Zelda's. Then she sees Zelda's face hanging up and starts yelling at her. Hilda throws Zelda's face in retaliation, and Zelda's body struggles to find it.
And you know, I would like to just scrub this scene straight out of my brain. Did not need a face going through a press. I'm fine with Cassandra in Doctor Who, but...
Really? You're fine with that? And you find this creepy? I prefer this over that.
I'll take Moisturize Me any day of the week.
Well, we officially have a disagreement. Lines have been drawn.
Yep.
Everybody weigh in. Which creeps you out less? Cassandra from Doctor Who or Zelda's face ringing out in this episode? We'll do an Instagram poll on it. Sabrina is letting everyone out of the box and sending them back through the linen closet. And this is our like, yep, they're magical because they're going through the linen closet. First the dentist, then the hairdresser. Amanda reluctantly apologized, and the dentist hits on the hairdresser, but she is sick of him. Last is the ice cream man. And when Sabrina pulls the teddy bear out of the toy box and puts it on the floor, we see he's actually like a pretty decently sized stuffed bear. So going back to when they were talking about how they got out of the box, he says that he got stuck in a vacuum for a week. What magical vacuum is sucking up that size of a teddy bear?
Bigger is better, Laura.
That's like the Dante vacuum that they're flying around with in the last episode. That is a big vacuum. Sabrina asks for a hug, and he reluctantly agrees. Sabrina thinks she spots a tear in his eye, though. Sabrina admits to Salem that maybe she shouldn't babysit anymore. And when Salem is on the hamper, you can absolutely see the puppeteer's hair in the corner down at the bottom of the hamper.
Oh, I missed that too.
It's like curly auburnish hair. So I was like, wait, who's coming up the stairs? I was like, no, that's the puppeteer.
Oh, I'm sad I missed that.
It is wild. But also, where's the telephone neighbor? Are they still stuck in the box?
I think they forgot about her.
Poor telephone neighbor. Maybe they all hated her and just were like, no, leave her. Sabrina is relaxing on the couch when the aunts return, just as angry as when they left. And is this the same day? Because Sabrina has not changed an outfit since Amanda showed up.
Or she didn't have an opportunity because she was a doll and she just barely freed herself, and she's less concerned about changing clothes than just relaxing and decompressing from Amanda trauma.
We're thinking that the events of being trapped in the box and then getting out took place throughout the entire night, and it's now morning of the next day.
Correct.
Okay. Because my question was, if it's the same day, why did they even need a hotel room? So Sabrina yells that everything is fine. Amanda's fine, and she's upstairs asleep. We then see Amanda asleep inside the toy box. We're now in the end tag where Hilda and Zelda exchange 100 I'm sorries. They still need to spend some time apart, though. Zelda says she's going to the Poconos, and Hilda immediately wants to go with her. Amanda is still in the box and demands water, so Sabrina throws a glass of water in the box, basically waterboarding Amanda.
But she glugs like a thank you.
Like, you can hear her, like, drowning in the water, like, I'm thank you. And Sabrina's still wearing the same outfit. So, what time is it? Where are we? What is time?
New theory. Sabrina just spent X amount of time as a doll. She's forgotten that she can change her clothes easily and isn't stuck in said doll's outfit.
I will accept that theory.
Thank you.
Because, I mean, we already established the pinhead theory from last episode, so I will accept the doll mindset theory. All right. Our next episode is season 2, episode 6, Sabrina the Teenage Boy. Skye, what do you think this one's going to be about?
Oh, I don't know. What could it be about?
Give me a why. Why do you think this is going to happen?
So she's going to go in disguise to get something that only boys can have because the patriarchy.
Okay. Well, we will find out next time. In the meantime, you can like, share, rate, and subscribe to this podcast. You can email us at somethingwitchypod@gmail.com. And we did get a lovely email from somebody for the I Blame John Grisham episode 3. It's long, but I love how long it is because it's just like their stream of consciousness of they're like listening to the episode. And you should go into our inbox and read it, Skye. I enjoyed it. So you can absolutely email us. Email us your rants, your ravings, your random thoughts. Even Sabrina related or not, I'll take any of it. You can follow us on Instagram at Something Witchy Pod and TikTok, which has some posts on it.
Yeah, got a little traction the other day.
Woo! That is something.witchy.pod. Until next time,
stay magical.